to In-Laws in Crime. I'm Ashley.
I am Megan. And this is In-Laws in Crime.
Yes, welcome back to the couch with us.
Welcome back to the couch.
Yeah.
We're liking the couch.
We are. It's much more cozy than those wooden chairs.
Yes, those chairs.
And we've gotten some positive feedback from people that watch. So,
and then some not so positive.
And then some not so much.
Family members. But you know what? It's our podcast.
It is. And we want to be comfy.
That's right. So
a little crime corner for you. So we're recording again on a Wednesday and Monday of this week. So we're after Thanksgiving now.
Mm-hmm.
So this Monday, 2 police officers in Bullard responded to a man that was shooting off of his front porch.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it was.
Yes, he was shooting off of his front porch. And so when officers responded, the gentleman shot at the Bullard PD officers, and they said one officer went down from a medical condition, which I don't know if he had like maybe a panic attack or something like. I don't really know. They didn't disclose what had happened, but the other officer fortunately was only hit with shrapnel. So I
was making sure my microphone's on.
Oh, I turned it on for you right before we hit go.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
No, you're good. I had your back.
Thank you so much.
So anyway, but both officers are going to recover.
Nice, good.
But the sad thing is that the man that was shooting at the officers went into the house and shot himself.
Golly.
Yeah, he was 50, like in his 50s.
That is
I don't know.
Sad.
And one of the officers said that they had a run-in with him, but it was like way back in like 2013. Like that was
a long time
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it for my crime corner.
And you don't know how old that guy was?
He was 53-ish.
Okay. Did you say that?
Yeah, that's okay. I don't know how old the officers were, but the gentleman that shot himself was in his 50s.
My gosh, that is so sad.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Okay, crime corner ended. I think. I can't think of anything.
That was all I
had.
had.
Yeah.
That was all I had.
And no corrections.
No corrections yet.
But like Ashley said, this is after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
We had a nice little breaky break from recording.
Yep.
And that was nice.
It was.
We got to have a good little Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're almost upon Christmas time.
Yes.
The most stressfulest time of the year.
Yes.
But we are going to do a little Christmas special for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 little cases, Christmas murder themed cases.
Yeah.
So Merry Christmas. But we're excited because we're going to do that. Mine's not in East Texas per se, but it's Texas. So
mine bounces around. So I'm kind of with you on the case that I'm doing. Like it kind of bounces around. They kind of pass through here for a hot minute.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
you're in the clear then.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they may have stopped for just gas for the getaway vehicle, but they were here.
They were here, and that's all that counts. But I think that's about it. Nothing new, nothing crazy. Nope. We're just working on freaking cases.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
are you ready to jump in?
It's Ashley's case today, and I have zero idea.
Well, let me tell you.
I literally have zero idea.
Like through this whole thing and all the research and then typing it up and then rereading it to myself, like I just got more and more hacked off at this guy.
Oh.
Like it's just, well, you know what? Let me bring you into my little corner of angry.
Okay. Here we go.
Corner. Okay. So this case was actually given to me by a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah. I did know that. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He suggested this case. So anyway, it was quite the doozy, and it was fun and not so fun to read it.
Okay.
So, but you know what? I am not taking you to the 90s this time.
Oh, shocking.
I know. We are in 2004.
Oh, okay.
Yes. In Tyler, Texas, a man named James Calvert books a trip to Croatia.
Oh.
Where he meets a beautiful young woman named Jelena Radvanovic. I practiced that.
You did.
Radvanovic.
I can tell. Because I could not spit that out if you paid me. That's a hard name. Beautiful name.
Yes. So the two make an instant connection, and James convinces Jelena to come back to the States with him. They married shortly after, and in 2006, they had their first daughter, and for her protection, we're just going to call her E. Okay. For her protection. Good. And then 3 years later, in 2009, Jelena gave birth to their son, who we'll call L for the same reason.
Okay.
But the marriage started to go downhill before their daughter E was even born. Things were, marriage was off to a rocky start. Yeah, and they don't help much.
No.
They add to the stress. Yeah. They add to the stress. So by 2010, Jelena had filed for divorce. So Elle was just a toddler. He would have been like 2 at this point. So Jelena told her attorney that she was very fearful of James during the divorce and that she did not want James to know where she lived.
Oh, so this was
This was not
downhill
good.
slide.
This was not good. So the judge over it was like, okay, cool. Like, you guys are going to meet at Jason's Deli every other weekend to exchange the kids, and on Thursdays, so that James could have 2 hours with the kids on Thursdays.
Is that all?
Yeah.
He had? Okay.
Yeah, he had every other weekend was James's, and then Thursdays were James's for 2 hours.
Okay, gotcha.
So that was the deal, and they had to meet at Jason's Deli, not at her home.
Okay.
So, anyway, other than that, James, well, I'm sorry. At one point, like, James had made like a super like threatening text, had sent her a threatening text to her, and it scared her to death, and she sent it to her attorney, and her attorney panicked at this text, and she immediately had Jelena and the 2 kids picked up and escorted to a hotel.
Wow.
Where they were watched all night, and then surveillance was put on James all night
until
things kind of died down. So I have a feeling he had like threatened to kill her or harm her.
I was about to say, so we don't know what the text message
No,
said,
I don't know, unfortunately, but luckily things died down and life kind of returned back to normal. Okay. So unfortunately, James was known to become violent towards his partners. So Jelena was not the first victim of his abuse. Oh. He had a child with his first wife, Deidre Adams, and they divorced shortly after they got into an argument where between James and Deidre, where James shoved a couch at her. And it didn't hit her, but it hit their child.
Oh, my goodness.
And so, of course, there's a restraining order put on him, and they divorce and go their separate ways, and James is just trash.
Wow, obviously.
So I want to tell you that James was diagnosed with several things, like OCD being one of them, depression being another, thing, but that does not literally excuse his behavior, that he had some kind of things going on, but
no, absolutely not.
Anyway, we can see that James throughout this story is going to lash out every time he doesn't seem to have complete control over a situation.
Wonderful.
Okay, so let's go back to Jelena. Okay. So we're in January of 2012, so we're 2 years past the divorce.
Okay.
Jelena marries a man named Arvind Siriman. Arvind immigrated to the United States to study engineering and had just recently landed a job in the Houston area. Unfortunately, Jelena's divorce decree would not allow her to move further than 125 miles away from the Smith County Courthouse.
Oh, I see.
So to give you an idea, from city center to city center, from Tyler to Houston is 200 miles.
Yeah.
So she's 75 miles out of where she can live with the kids.
Okay.
So Jelena wants to talk to James. She's like, hey, would you be willing to let me move to Houston? And he's like, yeah, no, absolutely not.
Of course not.
And so like Arvind and Jelena take him to court because they want to be able to live together as husband and wife.
Such a sweet name.
Yeah. Yeah. And he has an engineering job. He's got a good job in the Houston area. So they want to move to where he is. And so they, go see the judge, and the judge sides with Jelena and Arvind.
Oh,
and
good.
He actually doesn't only extend it to the 200 miles. Mm-hmm. They give her 500 miles. So she can live within 500 miles of the Smith County Courthouse.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So even the judge is like, I see you, James.
I'm sure this really made James happy.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine?
Oh. And he's already a loose cannon. So.
He's already a loose cannon. And let me just say this too, that James worked for himself. So he was a computer IT guy. He owned his own company. He was freelance. So he literally could have worked anywhere.
Yeah, he could have moved.
He could have moved. But again, that would have left his son, or I think it was a son, his
the other
first child.
son.
It would have
Gotcha.
left him here without, I guess a father every other weekend also. But anyway, he could have figured it out.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
And he was irate at the fact that this was approved.
Oh, man.
So anyway, but before I jump into any more into James, let me just tell you a little bit more about Jelena. She was working on her permanent residency here, and she worked for Southern Oaks Baptist Church, where she worked the Mother's Day Out program, and then she also worked in the nursing nursery.
Aww.
And then she was going to school at TJC, and I could not find exactly what she was studying. I got two sources. One said she was studying to be a paralegal, and the other one said she was studying criminal justice.
Okay.
I don't know which one, but one of those two that she was studying, and she was almost finished.
Oh, man. Okay.
I know.
I don't like how this is going.
I know. Yeah. So she was just a single mom with two kids, like busting it, and an immigrant in this country. Right. Trying to make things work. Like, I've never tried to establish myself in a foreign country, but
no,
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the decision to extend the distance in which Jelena could move, to Houston with Arvind just happened on October 19th, 2012. Okay. 12 days later, it's Wednesday, October 31st. Okay. Wednesday, 31st, it's Halloween. James reaches out to Jelena, and he wants to take the kids out for dinner and then take them trick-or-treating. So again, James's day is on Thursday.
Yeah.
But Jelena's like, that's totally fine. If you want to take the kids, that's all right.
Yeah.
And James is like, cool, I'm going to come pick them at your house.
Oh, no.
And she's like, no. I'll meet you at Jason's Deli as stated in our divorce decree. You're not coming to my house.
Yeah.
You don't need to know where I live.
And I'm sorry, how old are the kids right now?
Okay, so the kids would have been 4 and 7.
4 and 7. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So one's in school and one's still at home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she's like, no, we can exchange them at Jason's Deli. Like, that's the deal. And like, this pisses James off. And he's like,
why?
He's like, forget it.
Just my gosh.
Forget it.
Like, why, James?
Yeah.
Let's take a beat.
Yes. So Jelena, his reaction, apparently he just like berated her and just, I don't know if it's verbal, if it was in text, but either way, Jelena reaches out to her best friend and tells her, she reaches out to James's sister and tells her, and then she actually reaches out to James's ex-wife and tells her, like, she's
Deidre.
And she's like, y'all, I'm scared.
Oh, no.
Like, something's going on with James, and I'm very fearful of what may happen.
Where is her new boyfriend, fiance?
He's in Houston working.
Oh, so he's in Houston.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
she's here by herself.
Golly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's here by herself. And so she's scared.
Yeah.
And what Jelena didn't know was that at the same time, Deidre had filed a motion for him to start paying child support. So he had that.
He's having a really grand old time.
So 2 women.
Yeah.
And he can't control either one of them right now.
Yeah. And that pisses somebody like that off.
Yes. So at this time, Jelena had been living at a safe house provided by Southern Oaks Baptist Church.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So let me just tell you. So she's like located in the Pollard Park area of Tyler, which is pretty centrally located in Tyler, if you're familiar.
Yeah.
So she could literally almost walk to church, walk to the park with the kids. The school that E went to, she could walk to, was blocks away. So she really just functioned in this little tiny
bubble
area.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, so she's like, okay, whatever, James, you're not going to pick up the kids, whatever. She's scared. She locks all of her doors, right? It's just her.
And she's got 2 small children.
It's just her and her son.
Everything up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just her and her son at home. The daughter's at school.
Oh, gotcha. This is during the day.
This is during the day.
Okay, sorry.
So all of a sudden, calls start rolling in to 911 dispatch of gunshots heard around the Pollard Park area. And let me just say, because of where Megan and I live in relation to Tyler, it's not uncommon to hear gunshots.
Oh yeah, no.
It's constant. Like, we live in rural areas of Tyler. Tyler's like the big city for us here.
Yeah.
But so to hear
We're on the
gunshots
town
in
surrounding it, yeah.
Tyler in the middle of the
I
city
was
in a
just
residential
about to
area,
say, yeah, that is not normal.
that's not normal.
Yeah.
So I hear gunshots, I don't make a phone call
No.
where I live.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just squirrel season,
Yeah.
hogs, it's something,
Yeah, it's
right?
something season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but anyway, okay. So yeah, the calls are coming in that like people are hearing gunshots, and so police like head over to the Pollard Park area to start checking things out. In the meantime, a woman named Shonda Emmerich is parked at the Pollard Park, and she's waiting on a friend. And she can see Jelena's house from the park. Now, she doesn't know Jelena, but she can see the house.
Yeah.
And she hears the gunshots and then sees a man walking away from a house carrying a child. And he puts him into like a white or blue, she couldn't quite tell, four-door Buick and leave. And so then another woman who was down the street, her name was Robin Dickerson. She had just finished a Bible study at the church, and her little group of friends had also heard the gunshots. Now, Robin did know Jelena.
Okay.
They had worked together at a previous job.
Okay.
And so Robin was like, curiosity got the better of her, and she started driving down the street towards Jelena's house.
She's like, I'm going to see what's up.
She also sees the man leaving Jelena's house and getting in with a child in his arms, getting into the car and leaving. So Robin's like, she's like, no, something is not right.
Yes.
And so she goes and she parks her car, and she goes in and she sees Jelena is laying halfway into the carport and halfway in the house, and she has been shot and is just bleeding out. So she starts screaming for people to call 911. Oh my gosh. Well, Shonda hears this. And so she like gets on the phone and she starts calling 911, and she's like walking up to the scene, like to try to give, dispatch information.
Yeah.
And she sees Jelena on the floor or on the ground as well.
Oh my gosh. That is horrible.
Yes. So EMS and police, they quickly arrive on the scene, and they immediately see, Jelena at this point, she's deceased.
Yeah.
She did not survive. The son is missing, and like they're now trying to interview people, and there was kind of the discrepancy of some people heard 4 shots and some people heard 6 shots. So they're going around, but there were multiple witnesses that also saw a man carrying a child out to a car.
Okay.
So a lot of witnesses heard things, and multiple witnesses saw things.
Yeah.
And they're all reporting the same thing.
Yeah.
So close friends and neighbors believe that the man they saw carrying Jelena's son was her ex-husband, James Calvert.
Yeah.
So police waste no time sending out a BOLO and an Amber Alert for James and Elle. Officers were also sent up to the school, because remember, that's where E is.
Yeah.
So they rushed to the school, and thankfully she was in her classroom.
Oh my gosh, that poor baby.
Yep. So police escort her out, and they put her basically in protective custody with an officer and school staff.
Yeah.
So thank God.
Yeah.
She's okay.
But she's what, 7?
She's
said?
7.
I can't imagine. I had a 7-year-old. So I can't imagine somebody coming to my daughter's school, like cops, and taking her. It's still so scary. I mean, she don't know what is going on.
Yeah.
So sad.
Well, I mean, your children are almost literally exactly this age.
And we're back. Had a little bit of a slip up, but that's okay. You're the one that always harps about that too.
I know.
And I'm always like, it's fine.
Then I'm just about to put out like your home address and your direct contact numbers, all your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
No, totally okay. But yes, that's terrifying. And I mean, thankfully, yeah, she's still at school, and I'm assuming the other one's still alive because he carried him out. But that's still so scary for those kids. I mean, they don't know what's going on. It's probably, terrifying to see a police officer come to your school.
Yeah.
And just bring you out, and that's just so sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. So as investigators are examining the scene, detectives note that the door was kicked in, and from the way Jelena's body was positioned, she was trying to get out of the house through the carport when she was initially shot in the back. So based on the blood smudges on the door, it appeared to detectives that once she was shot in the back, that she leaned herself up against the door and slid all the way down.
Gosh.
So and then where she was shot, she was holding she was like trying to hold her abdomen, so there was a gunshot wound to her abdomen too. But they said the way that the bullets hit her, she was already down, not moving, and her body jerked every time a bullet hit it. So that's how they know she was already down and out by the time these bullets are hitting her body.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's horrific.
Yes. And then the final shot that hit her went through the back of her head and out the left eye, and then ricocheted off the carport floor.
God bless America.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was an aggressive kill.
Yeah. Personal.
Yes. So it was clear to detectives that it was a planned personal attack on Jelena. Her killer was calm, proficient, and clearly intended to kill her. That, coupled with the kidnapping of her son, police and detectives are quite certain they're looking for James Calvert.
Yeah.
So EMS on the scene was on the scene, and they confirmed that Jelena was shot all 6 times.
Wow.
So this sucker never missed.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he was like as close or closer than you and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just a feet apart. So later when her body was at the examiner's office, they said 5 out of the 6 shots hit vital organs in her head and torso.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So as detectives are investigating the home, they find bullet casings for a .40 caliber semi-automatic pistol, and the casings were stamped with S&W.
Pause really quick. Your light just changed.
Okay,
color.
It wasn't. Okay, I thought it got brighter.
Hit the little dilly dally. It just shifted its color. There you go. One more time. There. There is a ghost in this freaking lake house, and it likes to mess with us, I think. My personal opinion.
No, this place is definitely haunted.
We'll have to
100%.
We'll have to come up with a name.
For the
right
ghost?
in. Yeah.
For the ghost?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah. Larry.
James gets what he deserves. Okay,
yes,
calm down.
Yeah,
Don't mess with the light.
Calm down.
Yeah. So I was at the bullet casings were stamped with S&W. If you're not familiar with guns, that's Smith & Wesson is a very popular brand of gun. And so that's what these bullets were labeled with.
Okay.
So as word is getting around, leads start coming in to dispatch. And one of the leads was a former girlfriend of James. And she's concerned that James may come to her house for protection, or he could possibly hide at her brother's lake house on Lake Palestine, because it's a family lake house, and so it's not occupied all the time.
Yeah.
Then a call comes in from an individual that's pretty sure they saw James and the missing boy at McDonald's in Tyler.
Oh, no.
So police rush out. But unfortunately at McDonald's, it was just a case of mistaken identity.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't them.
I was about to say, what a brazen move.
Yes.
Come on, son. Killed your mom. Let's go to McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, we're going to find out it was about that casual.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's just a fun daddy Sunday.
Yeah.
So they also get a lead that James lived with his mother, and she lived off of Highway 31 toward Kilgore, which is a small town outside of Tyler. Also where gunshots would not be turn heads out there.
Yeah. What? 6 shots?
Yes.
Must be a big hog they're trying to shoot.
So detectives head out to all 3 places. So they're going to the ex-girlfriend's house, they're going to the lake house, and they're headed out to the mother's house.
Okay.
To investigate. They clear the ex-girlfriend, they clear the lake house, and at the mom's house and we're all still on the same day. So this is all just within hours of happening. So it's still Halloween.
Yeah.
So the police arrive at the mother's house, and she lets them in, and they're like, "Can you tell us where James is or what's going on?" And she's like, "Well, he got up today and he was a little upset because of his clients owed him money and they haven't paid yet. So I let him borrow $200, and then he was going to go drive around and like cool off.
Okay.
And they're
Thanks,
like,
Mom.
yeah, they're like, cool. Can we search his room?
Cool.
Cool. Thanks for that.
We're about to rip your house apart.
Yeah. They're like, can we go search his room? And she's like, yeah, sure. It's right down here.
At least she's cooperative.
It's right. She was.
Okay.
She was cooperative. So when they are searching James's room, they find all kinds of things. They confiscate computers and other electronics.
Yeah, he's IT, so he's
IT.
probably got all kinds of crap.
He does. And he had like a closet full of guns. Now, let me tell you, part of his decree or the, going through a divorce was he was to get rid of all of his guns.
Oh.
Do you know what he did though?
What?
He sold them to his mom.
Oh.
So, but they live in the same house,
Yeah.
Megan. So he got rid of them, but then didn't get rid of them.
What a little.
Yeah. He's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good word.
I mean, that could be a whole lot worse. A whole lot worse. So then they find like this kind of note that had jotted down the judge that had granted the distance extension for Jelena.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they're panicked because he was so angry about this decision that the judge herself may be in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
So they send officers. Yep.
Yeah.
So they send officers. They send officers to her house to like stake out surveillance and make sure that she's okay.
Yeah.
So as far as I know, he never appeared there.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they felt like there was intent.
Yeah.
For sure. So, and again, I'm sorry.
I was just thinking while you're looking, that probably happens a lot for judges, especially judges in like small counties like this. Like they probably get that scare a lot.
Yeah, I would imagine they're as off grid, like everything about them is not public record. I would imagine.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm just going on a tangent.
No, you're
here.
fine.
This might be something we may need to cover because I'm pretty sure not too long ago that happened here. Didn't that happen here? Like the guy shot a judge or something, and then like the district attorney, and then was going towards some other small town and was gonna. Oh, I'll have to look into it.
Oh, I don't know, Megan. But look into it.
I'm pretty sure that was around here.
Okay. I don't know.
People are probably like, yeah, it was this. Or people are like, no, you idiot. It was in Mississippi. I'll look into it. Continue.
Thank you. So, unfortunately, all these leads and still no James.
Yeah.
But we have Tim McLeamy, who is an expert in digital forensics. McLeamy. And he's trying to get a ping on either Jelena's cell phone or James's cell phone. But he can't because they're either off or they're on airplane mode.
Because he's an IT guy.
Yeah. But what he didn't turn all the way off
tell me
was an iPad.
Oh.
This iPad pinged at several McDonald's restaurants because he was connecting to the Wi-Fi when he was there.
And he was like, here, kid, have your iPad.
You would think, but no.
Oh.
No. The searches on the iPad showed that he was keeping an eye on the updates on the Amber Alert for his son and the progress they were making on finding him on the manhunt that was out. They do love to stick close, right?
We always
talk about it. They love to stick close to the crime.
They sure do. Half the time, if these people, well, I don't want to give any hints, but half the time, if you just do your bad deed and disappear, you get away with
Don't give advice, Megan. Megan,
they're so dumb.
That's a different crime corner, Megan.
Yeah. They're so dumb, though.
This guy proves so, I can't even. He makes me so angry. We will get into just how stupid this dude really is.
So excited.
Okay, so the investigation is still continuing, Tyler. Okay, so we're gonna pop on over to West Monroe, Louisiana.
Oh, wowzer. Okay.
Officer Raymond Spoon was about to start his shift, but he took a call that morning, and as a result, he missed the morning briefing at the police station. So he was unaware that there was a bolo for James's Buick and an Amber Alert for L. Calvert. out of the Tyler area. So Officer Spoon heads to the field and he parks in a median off of Highway 80, and he's canvassing the cars looking for potential drug traffickers. And he sees a white Buick headed his way. And as the car passes, it's in the furthest lane from where Officer Spoon is parked.
Okay.
And so it's in the furthest lane away from him. And he said the driver was extremely stiff, hands tight at 10 and 2. And he never like glanced
over.
Exactly. Never glanced over.
I'm always so paranoid, which I was raised in a law enforcement family. I married into a law enforcement family. And every time, it never fails, if I'm passing a cop, I try and, like, in my head, which this may be just
don't
my
look
brain.
suspicious.
Yeah, don't look suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
And I am literally like, okay, do I look at him? Do I act casual? Do I laugh? I can pretend I'm on the phone.
So I wave. I see you.
Yeah. What's up, dude? You know, or I'm like, 10 and 2, you're okay. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Yes. So he's like,
So
okay.
he looks suspicious. He looks suspicious.
Yes. And so this officer's looking for drugs coming in. That's his goal today, is like people bringing in drugs.
Yeah.
And he's like, this guy looks suspicious.
Yeah.
But he's like giving him the benefit of the doubt. Then the Buick makes a traffic violation.
Freaking idiot.
And Officer Spoon was like, bingo.
Yeah.
Lights on.
Yeah.
And he heads out to go pull this Buick over.
Yeah.
So the driver pulls over and Officer Spoon opens his car door to get out and the car takes off.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. He's like, shit.
Yeah.
So he gets back in the car and he starts back in pursuit of the Buick. And he notices that this car passes several opportunities to turn off into big parking lots, commercial parking lots. Because, people get nervous and they want to go to a place where there's public, the public instead of just off on the side of the road. So, he passes all these opportunities to stop. And so he's like,
are we running? What are we doing?
What are we doing? Because he wasn't speeding.
Yeah.
He was just kind of casually going along. So the car pulls over again and Officer Spoon's like, okay. So he pulls over again. Same thing. Officer Spoon goes to get out of his car. The car takes off. So Officer Spoon is like, oh, okay. He's like, there's a
I would be so pissed off.
Yeah. So he calls him for backup because what this guy is doing, unbeknownst to him because he's an idiot, but there's something called baiting where they do this to police officers. And then when they get to a final point, they ambush the police officer.
Oh my gosh, terrifying.
So he's like, let me avoid being ambushed and let me call in for backup.
Yeah.
So again, the car takes off, not in a high-speed chase. But then when backup starts closing in, then the guy's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And he floors it. Now he's running through intersections.
With your 4-year-old in the car.
Yep. Running through intersections, running red lights. He almost causes several collisions.
Oh my gosh.
And then this guy turns into a residential area and then he gets blocked in by police.
Yeah.
So they all jump out, guns drawn, and they're demanding he get out of the car. And then, like, kind of at the same time, an officer spots that there's a child in the back seat right at the same time that the driver is saying, don't shoot. I have my son in my car.
Yeah.
And so officer's like, oh my gosh. And they're like, get out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. Just because you have a kid in there doesn't mean you don't listen to us.
Comply.
Yeah.
Comply. And this will go so much smoother.
Yeah. You should have pulled over the first time.
Well, he didn't. So they had to bust in his driver's side window to get him out. And when officers open the door, they see there's a gun in between the driver's legs. So an officer grabs it and tosses it out to the sides, right? Away from safety, out of reach.
Yeah.
And they drag this guy out of the vehicle. And one of the officers was like, he went completely limp noodle. Like, he didn't even fight them. He was just like
dead weight.
He said, which makes arresting them like in a different kind of difficult.
Yeah. Which would probably infuriate them. Oh man.
So
this is why I'm not a cop.
I know.
I would
my
be
gosh.
terminated day one.
Yeah. So so they're like, oh my gosh. Okay. So at this time they're getting him, like handcuffed, and another officer takes the child out of the car and takes him away to safety. And at this point, they're running the plates, and they don't necessarily come back to our guy, James Calvert. But the description of the car, the driver's license in the car, and the picture of Elle all confirm that they've got this guy. And Officer Spoon was like, we were looking for him?
Yeah.
Like, whoa. He's like, my lucky day.
Yeah,
like,
right?
He had no idea. So now that James is in the back of a patrol car, they're on their way. And James tells one of the officers,
oh, gosh.
He said that had he not had his son in the car, and I quote, I would have shot every one of those idiots.
I'm sure you would have, James. I'm sure you would have.
So he also yells as they're taking him into custody, you don't know what I've done.
Yes, we do.
Actually.
You don't know what I've done.
We know a lot.
Yeah.
We know a lot.
Screwed
so
yourself.
I'm just like, you know what? Just shut up, James.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
So it was also noted that in the back seat, below or underneath where Elle's car seat was, in the floorboard, is another gun.
My gosh.
Right next to his kid. Now, I realize he's in a car seat, but you have children.
Yeah.
You know they learn to buckle and unbuckle.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and he's 4.
Yeah.
So he could have, but whatever. He didn't, thankfully.
Obviously, he was not a stand-up parent to begin with.
No, he was not. But the gun was next to a Halloween mask and a bag of candy.
What
I know.
in the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. So as he's taken into custody, Tyler detectives, they're like heading to West Monroe. They're to, escort this guy back.
Right.
So they question James about his movements for the day. And James says that he borrowed $200 from his mom, went to Whataburger for breakfast, then went to the courthouse to pick up his motion to pay child support to his ex-wife, Deidre. And then James wasn't quite sure what he did after that. He's like, I don't know. I
blacked out.
Yeah, he's like, I may have worked on a client's computer or something. And they're like, so you can't tell us what you did today?
Yeah.
This afternoon? And they're like, well, how did you pick up your son? He's like, I don't really remember where I picked him up. He said, but I just know that Elle and I had a great day today.
Yeah. What a great time murdering.
So they pushed him a little bit. And they're like, did it make you angry that Jelena wouldn't let you come pick up the kids at her house? And his response was, I don't see the logic in it. That's a quote.
Well, I don't see your logic in murdering her, sir.
So when pushed a little bit more about Jelena, James stated that Jelena, his first wife Deidre, and his sister Debbie were all unintelligent, vindictive, and dishonest. And police are like, okay, cool, but there were witnesses that say they saw you leaving Jelena's house with Elle today. And James said, her neighbors don't know what I look like.
God, that's infuriating. They just think they're so much smarter.
I know.
And they're not at all.
Oh, it gets so much worse. Then they asked James, do you know why you're in custody? And James asked, am I being charged with speeding? He stated that he was evading the police because he doesn't like getting speeding tickets. These are effing quotes.
Oh, okay. Well, here's your ticket. You're free to go.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yes. And they're like, yeah, okay, well, that's part of it. But you're being held on a capital murder warrant. And James was like, prove it.
Murder?
He's like, prove it. Yeah. And so detectives went and got the warrant and they showed him. And he goes, yeah, but that's in Texas. Why am I being held in Louisiana?
Oh, my heavens.
What?
Oh my heavens!
What? Like
Louisiana's a third world country,
yeah,
or
like
something.
it just doesn't count when you cross state lines.
Louisiana is part of America. Don't know if you knew this.
Yeah, and yeah,
it's crazy.
West Monroe could not have gotten rid of that dude faster,
right?
Fast enough, So Tyler detectives, they like, okay, can you give us all that footage that you got, all the recordings, all your dash cam, like all the things you got? Can you send us all that?
Yeah.
For our investigation back here in Tyler. And they handcuff James, and he's connected to like a belly chain,
Mm-hmm.
and then they put iron legs on him, which I assume means he just has to waddle to the
Tee,
car.
tee, 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 tee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So, yes. And they escorted him back. So now this has all happened. We're now November 5th of 2012. So just a few days have gone by.
Okay.
So when James's car is brought to Tyler, investigators start combing through it, and they find 2 cell phones, one that's James and the other belonging to Jelena. They found a handgun with a 12-round magazine attached with 1 bullet in the chamber, and that was the gun that was in between James's legs that the officer threw out of his reach. They also found a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson, the same caliber and brand of the casings the police discovered in the scene where Jelena's body was discovered.
Wow.
In the trunk of the car, investigators discovered numerous loaded rifles and more handguns and a very, very, very large stock of ammunition.
My God.
They also found a computer bag that contained the iPad that McLeamy had been able to ping during the hunt to find them.
Mm-hmm.
They also found James's divorce decree with Jelena, along with a box of Smith & Wesson .40 caliber bullets with 10 bullets missing, and the motion for James to start paying child support for his son with Deidre. So just literally all the evidence.
Yeah. A treasure trove of evidence.
So there was another quote that he made that when they were investigating him initially, when they first picked him up, that he told officers he boasted that they were going to be looking for the wrong plates. Like they were going to be looking for the wrong car. And yeah, because he had traded the plates out. Okay.
James.
He's not as smart as our girl Peggy Jo.
I'm pretty sure this is the dumbest guy we've talked about so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Guess where the license plates were hid?
In the car.
Under the floor mats in the freaking car. Under the floor mat. Are you kidding me? He just like lifted up the rug, shoved one under there. Like
they'll never
find it.
I'll hide it right here.
And the plates that actually put on his car were his. They were just expired.
What a freaking idiot.
Megan.
Oh, what a dummy.
Yes. So clearly James is booked and is now awaiting trial.
I bet those investigators were like,
yeah. Yeah. So let me tell you, I'm not going to dive deep into the trial because we would be here. We would have 3 episodes and people don't want to wait 3 weeks to get all these details.
Nah. Yeah.
So I'm just going to give you some highlights to just continue to prove what a dumbass James really was.
Okay. Sounds great.
Okay. So here are the highlights. Okay. We're going to start with good old James Calvert himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he was appointed 2 attorneys, Jeff Haas and Jason Castle. But in true James fashion, he knows better than everyone around him, and it would be to his detriment to be represented by anyone other than himself.
I almost called it. I almost said it out loud.
So this hearing is being overseen by Judge Skeen, and Judge Skeen questioned James, reminding him that he was in jail and that he would be responsible for his own research, calling on witnesses, etc. And he warned James about representing himself in the seriousness of a murder, burglary, and kidnapping case.
And you're not a lawyer.
But James insisted he was going to represent himself.
He insisted he was smarter than everyone.
Indeed, he did. And Judge Skeen ordered a psych evaluation to be conducted, to which James fought him on. He's like, I do not need to be evaluated.
Yeah, you do.
And Judge Skeen was like, you know what? It's in the best interest of you and the entire court that you don't waste anybody's time. And we know that you're fit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And so he did. And despite his other mental, diagnosis prior to, the psychologist was like, he's fine. He's of sound mind, which is hard to believe, and competent.
He's just dumb as a box of rocks.
And competent enough to represent himself in trial.
Oh, wowzer. Okay.
So Judge Skeen was like, okay, but your 2 appointed attorneys will stay close to this trial to step in and take over if needed. So, like you said just a second ago, James is not an attorney by any means.
No.
And frankly, as he's proven thus far, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
So, throughout the trial, when witnesses are called to testify, James constantly interrupts with either comments under his breath or objections to literally everything. Like, it could be the state attorney going, "Good morning," and he's like, "Objection! It is not a good morning."
I am not having a good morning.
Speculation.
Yeah. What an idiot.
So it was very, very frustrating. So, and he wouldn't stand up when he was talking to Judge Skeen or the jury, or he would sit down, or he would continue to stand when he was asked to sit down and calm down. Nearly every one of James's objections was overruled. So
I'm sure this drug this out.
Oh, girl. It
far
drug
longer
out.
than it should
My
have
friend
been.
said that it was one of the longest drawn out trials that we've had in Smith County. Now, I did not look that up, but
Yeah.
that's what he said that he remembered,
Yeah.
that it was one of the longest running ones.
Wow.
So, and based on what this guy was doing or what James was doing and all the just nonsense in the courtroom, like I can only imagine.
Right.
So anyway, so yeah. And so like you said, he wouldn't stand when he was speaking to the judge. He wouldn't sit down when he was told. And then nearly all of his objections were overruled.
Yeah.
So let me give you an example of one of these objections. James' first wife, Deidre, was on the stand being questioned by the state's attorney. So Jelena's attorney, essentially, right? And the questions pertain to a night when James beat the tar out of Deidre.
Oh my gosh.
As Deidre is trying to tell the court what happened, she can't even get her the first word out. And James immediately objects and says hearsay. Hearsay. Everything. Hearsay. Everything with her was hearsay. And let me just say, it's not hearsay when one, you admitted to the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Deidre was hospitalized to her injuries. You were arrested that night. There were witnesses. It's not hearsay.
No.
It's literally, she's
It's
telling you
fact.
exactly what happened. It's fact. There's no hearsay about it.
Yeah. Sit down, James.
Thank you. Which is exactly what Judge Skeen said. He was like, if you don't let
overruled.
Yeah. He's like, if you don't let her get a sentence out, he's like, I'm
Man.
warning you.
It's like having a toddler in the
He's like,
courtroom.
sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, I don't know how the judge did it for as long as he did. But yeah, he's like, if you object one more time, you're out of here.
Yeah.
So the constant objections to things that were actually irrelevant continued throughout the trial. And James continually misplaced evidence that he was supposed to use in court. And he would ask the state's attorney, he'd be like, can I borrow yours? And they were like, yeah, no, you can't.
No, you can't.
You can't. So, which is shocking to me. Like you go from a cell to a desk. Like, how are you losing information?
Right.
How are you losing
And
stuff?
you have all this free time. Get freaking organized, James.
Yes.
Actually, don't. I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you're an idiot.
So at one point, the jail allowed him to have a computer to do his research, and they allowed him a printer for the same thing. So he had access to the things that he needed, and then his allotted phone calls as much as he could from a jail cell for witnesses and whatnot. But they had to take his computer and his printer away because he was giving legal advice to other inmates illegally. Like, you're not an attorney.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I don't know who's trusting him.
He's like, I'm doing so well right now. I'm going to tell other people how to do it.
Yeah. So then at one point, I'm sorry, I moved too much.
We get sunk down into this thing.
Do. So anyway, well then James starts whining. He's like, do you know how hard it is to get witnesses when you're in here? And the judge was like, yeah, we talked about it.
Actually, yeah.
And you were so
I warned you about it. Yeah.
You're pompous. You're like, no, I'm not going to have any problem representing myself. Like, I know all things. And now he's crying because he can't get witnesses to come forward. And now his computer's been taken. And just
cry me a river.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, the judge was like, we actually had this conversation 3 times. So to make sure that you understood. And that's all recorded and documented.
Yeah.
So there's no going back now.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So another incident that was mind-blowing was, remember that the officers took things from James's mother's house.
Yes.
Right? They confiscated electronics and guns and things like that. Well, they did that without a search warrant. I know. So James is like,
why?
I know. He's like, you illegally took my things. So nothing that you found at my mom's house can be used as evidence against me.
Freaking legally blonde over here.
So the state's attorney was like, you know what? Like, we're cool with that. You want to throw out all this evidence that we found at your mom's house? Cool.
Yeah.
They have so much other evidence on you. They don't care about it. They're like, fine by us.
Yeah.
So an officer goes,
oh my gosh.
Hold on now. I'll wait for it.
Oh no, what?
An officer is on the stand and he's been, questioned by the state's attorney. And now it's James's turn to cross-examine him.
Mm-hmm.
And James says, when you were collecting items from my house, and the state's attorney was like, objection. You just said that we can't use any evidence from your mom's house. And Judge Skeen is like, James, you just said,
yeah,
you cannot do that. This is what you wanted.
Yeah.
And James is like, all right, I'll try again.
He's like, all right, crap.
He's like, so as you were going through my computer at my mom's
oh my God.
At my mom's house. And they were like, objection.
It's like a Saturday Night Live skit at this point.
And Judge Skeen was like, if you bring up the evidence at your mom's house again, you're done.
Oh my gosh.
Like, we are so over this. We're not using that per your request.
Right.
You don't bring up anything that they confiscated at your mom's house.
What the hell?
He just had to have control.
Yeah.
Over everything. Yes. And it was just.
And he's spiraling.
It was a circus. It was. It was an absolute circus. So this went on several times, and finally Judge Skeen was like, you know what? Like, we're done.
We're done.
Yes.
You're done.
Yeah. So he just proved over and over and over how ignorant he was.
Yeah.
To represent himself. It was so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I'm going to tell you about a device that I didn't know existed.
Oh gosh.
So James was outfitted with a shock cuff.
Wow.
Literally like an ankle, a shock.
That shocks you.
It shocks you.
Wow. I've never heard of that either. Okay. Okay. I'm excited.
So, yes. So during one of the pretrial sessions, James refused to listen to Judge Skeen. He was asked to stand up and he refused. So when he was completely disrespectful to the judge all the way around. So it was toward the end of the day, and Judge Skeen was like, you know what, jury? We're done for the day. You guys are excused. You may
I'm
go.
about to shock the
And so Judge
quickly
Skeen,
now.
So he told James, like I said, to stand up several times. And then when he refused, the officers next to him were like, stand up.
Yeah.
Like, dude, stand up. So he was asked multiple times. And then finally one of the officers was like, zip, zip. And
I want that job.
I want the footage of him like
yeah.
Anyway, so when James collected himself after being zapped,
probably pissed himself.
He goes, and I quote, I bet you all really enjoyed that.
We should
100% we did, James. Everybody enjoyed that.
Everybody's like giggling quietly.
Encore.
Yeah.
Encore.
Yeah. Bet you all enjoyed that. Yes, we did.
So there was one other time that the shock cuff was used, and it was when officers were trying to take James to the courthouse, and he refused to let go of a table.
So my gosh, we're acting like a toddler here.
He refused to let go of the table because they were trying to handcuff him to transport him.
Yeah.
And he refused to let go of the table so they could, handcuff him. And he's like, I don't need to be handcuffed to be transported to the courtdoors.
Yes,
and they're like, we beg to differ.
Yeah.
And so when he wouldn't let go of the table, they zapped him again. And they said he screamed. I'm sure like a little girl.
Yes,
yeah, I'm sure.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yes. And then it still took 4 officers to gain control of him, to handcuff him, to take him to.
Dear Lord.
To take him to the courthouse.
James.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So then there was another time, not with the shock cuff, but I'm just filling you in with all this BS of who this guy was.
Yeah.
So there was another time that James did not want to go to the courthouse. And so he refused to get up and refused to walk. And he just went limp noodle again.
The dead weight thing cracks me up.
So officers had to pick him.
I'm just imagining a full-grown man
Like, just
intentionally dead weight.
So officers had to pick him up and put him in a wheelchair to where he continually would slide out of the chair, his shirt. Yes. His shirt was I found an image somewhere where his shirt had completely pulled up and he's like this, like completely head cocked over to his shoulder, he's just completely paralyzed.
Literally what my 5-year-old would do.
Yes. It was just
get up.
It was insane.
Oh
it was
my
insane.
Gosh.
And they wheeled him into the courthouse like that. Just all limp noodle.
And he's supposed to represent himself.
And he's representing himself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God.
So I'm assuming didn't go well for him.
Yeah, it didn't. Nothing goes well for this guy because he's a complete idiot.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be frustrating to you, or to everyone. But it escalated to the point that James wanted to call his children into the courtroom as witnesses. Mm-hmm. So at this time, Al would have been 6 and his sister would have been 9. So I don't think I told you, but we're in 2014 now. So we've jumped a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And yeah, because this trial took forever.
Yeah.
So L was 6, E was 9. And they're like, do you really want your kids on the stand? What is going on here? And the children had been awarded to a family member in Ohio.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they call, the state's attorney in Ohio, and they're
so the court was going to allow this to happen?
I'm getting there. So they call in and they're like, hey, they want to bring the kids in. And the state of Ohio was like, yeah, no, we don't think that's a good idea at all. The children have been traumatized enough.
Good job, Ohio.
They're trying to get, trying to get their life back on track. But, the court was kind of insistent, this is kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
So they came to an agreement that the children would be in Tyler for a 24-hour period on standby. And if it became necessary for either of the children to take the stand, that they would, talk about it again at that time. Yeah. Luckily, Elle's therapist, Miss Lester, was able to take the stand in place of the children.
Thank God. What the hell are these children going to add to your case here?
I don't know. Miss Lester had been seeing Elle 2 times a month for the past 11 months.
Bless his heart.
So she had been with him, spent quite a bit of time with him. And as she's on the stand, she's saying that Elle's story never changed.
Yeah.
So for 11 months, however many different ways she asked him about this story, the answer was always the same.
Yeah.
And this is horrible. So on the stand, she says that Elle recalled that James was holding him in his arms as he was shooting Jelena.
Oh my gosh.
And he remembers crying out repeatedly, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," the whole time that James is just shooting her.
My heart just cracked.
I know, it hurts, doesn't it?
I just
Okay.
And we're back. Technical difficulties once again.
Yes. So these types of shenanigans, so thank God the kids didn't have to testify, but these types of shenanigans continued throughout the trial until Judge Skeen had finally had enough. And he said, James, you're done. Your court-appointed attorneys can take the next 12 days to form a strategy to clean up the mess that you've made of this trial.
Yeah.
And James whined and cried. He didn't want Jeff Haas, yes, and Jason Castle, that they believed he was guilty, and just threw a huge fit. But he had been throwing fits the whole time. You can't say that about me. It makes me look like a bad person. Or you can't say that. It's not nice to say that about me. And it was literally yeah, it was the truth, James. You're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so anyway, but let me just tell you, when the jury voted, it was a unanimous decision that he was convicted of capital murder, burglary, and kidnapping.
Good.
And he was sentenced to death row.
Oh, wow. Good.
Mm-hmm. So fast forward to today. As far as I know, the kids are still with the same family member that they had been placed with years before. So today, E would be 19.
Yeah.
And L would be 16.
Oh my goodness.
And I hope that they're thriving because
yeah, for sure.
they lost 2 parents.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, one
what sounded like a pretty rad mom.
Yeah. Yeah. There were so many testimonies in this case, from his ex-wife Deidre to his sister Debbie and the officers involved. There was a million people that proved that this guy was just trash.
Yeah.
And there was no way, even if he had been represented by his court-appointed attorneys, there was so much evidence against him. He was not going to win.
No, and he's a little
either way
baby. I mean, just going around acting like a little toddler.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's on death row. But
so
I'm sure
he's still on death row.
He's still on death row. And as far as I know, I don't know. I didn't look into any of his appeals or anything like that. And the biggest thing that he fought, which was just shocking to me, the biggest thing that he fought the court against wasn't the murder of Jelena. It was that he was being accused of burglarizing and kidnapping. That's what he didn't want to go down for. He's like, you can take me down for murder, but I am not a burglar and I am
thief.
Not a kidnapper.
Wow. What a idiot.
I was like,
man.
well, there's a huge group of people that believe you're guilty of all 3.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
Yeah. So
that was extremely infuriating.
I know. He just thought everybody was around him was a complete idiot.
Yes, I could not stand.
Oh my God, so frustrating.
He's like the dumbest one we've covered, I feel.
He really is. So stupid.
Wow. Well, thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.
For pissing all of us off.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry that I got hung up a couple of times.
No, and our technical difficulties apparently.
Yeah, and our technical difficulties and the ghost.
What's our time? I think we're good.
We're at an hour and 5
so
minutes.
I think we still were recording. I don't know what happened. It's the ghost. Larry.
Oh, I'm going to call him Larry.
Larry the Lake House Ghost.
Larry the Lake House Ghost. Calm down.
He changed our lights today. He screwed our recording up.
He's the one that made me lose my spot on my papers.
Yes, he is. He sure is.
Pretty sure.
We're blaming Larry for everything. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in.
Our next episode will be our Christmas special.
Yes.
So we're really excited about that. Email us at inlawsincrime@gmail.com if you have any recommendations, tales. You just want to say, hey, like y'all stuff.
Got your own personal experience you want to share?
Yeah.
With anything?
Anything. Follow us on all of our socials.
Yep.
All of our socials.
Like, subscribe, and share.
I can never say it. I'm glad you did.
So Instagram, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and TikTok.
Mm-hmm. We're on all the things.
All the
pretty
things.
much. So, and thank you for commenting on our stuff and everything. And
we'll see you next time.
So keep your roots deep.
And your head on a swivel.
Bye.